Hey guys, it's me Dragon, and today's video is a little bit different because we're about to enter 2024. I'm kinda want to make like upcoming anime game, gacha and non-gacha anime games that will come probably around mostly 2024, and some of them maybe beyond or still like to be announced, and maybe some of them you're looking forward to it or anticipate. And yeah, let's discuss about it. And take notes, I will only cover some of the game that has like already like global news or English language, or at least they have highly chance to release in the global or have. And in the end also, I'll try to discuss and explain about the rules from the CN. Lately, especially if you play gacha game, you already heard that they will want to make a brand new rules, something that want to reduce the gacha spending and change the monetization system, something like that. And is it like kind of true, or is it actually misinformation or kind of misleading? How it will also impactful to the future gacha games for us. And yeah, I will try to discuss in here, so let's get started. Let's start first with the anime games that non-gacha, but this one is paid, so not free to play. So the first one I want to talk is Granblue Fantasy is Relink. This is basically type of the game that I say it's if you like action adventure, similar like maybe Genshin, or you want to play games like kinda have anime type Monster Hunter, God Eater, something like that, a Tale series. This is pretty much maybe your type of game. This game will release on February 1, 2024, and the platform available is PS4, PS5, and PC. The next game is Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Class. This is basically a fighting game, and the main selling point that they adapt with 2-on-2 fighting game instead of 1-on-1 type of like fighting game like others. So maybe this is another unique approach that they want to take. And probably some of you that Jujutsu Kaisen fans will like this type of game. This game is expected to be released on February 1, 2024, and the available platform is basically everything from Nintendo Switch to PC. The next game is Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload is basically the original remake of Persona 3 with the additional of graphic, of course, being improved and some additional stuff. And if you're not familiar with Persona series basically the turn-based JRPG games that also involve with the day-to-day real life stuff that also matter with your decision choice. Let's say you hang out with your friends in that game and also your school activity. So this game is basically pretty much quite hype for some of the people, especially if you maybe want to nostalgic again with the Persona 3 original. And maybe if you're not familiar with Persona and want to taste with the latest game, then yeah, you can try Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload expect to release on February 2, 2024, and the available platform is basically everything except Nintendo Switch. Next, I'm not sure this is anime games or not, but I just include, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is basically Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. So for sure you're already familiar with Final Fantasy like JRPG games. And this is expected to be released on February 29, 2024, and the available platform is exclusive for PlayStation 5. Moving into the next one, Eiyuden Chronicles. If you're not familiar with this game, maybe you're familiar with the old JRPG game if I mention Suikoden. Yeah, this is the creator from Suikoden. They come with the brand new game that's called Eiyuden Chronicle with a brand new studio. This is basically just classical JRPG, so if you want to taste a classic JRPG, maybe you like Eiyuden Chronicle. The release date for this game is April 24, 2024, and it's available in most of the consoles and PC. Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. This is another Dragon Ball fighting games that they say that this is supposed to be the equivalent from the old Dragon Ball Tenkaichi game, so this is the brand new Tenkaichi game for Dragon Ball right now. So if you're fans of Dragon Ball, you may like this game. The release date is still to be announced, but they only confirm it will come on 2024, and the platform are PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and of course PC. Next, Metaphor Fantazio. This is another game that comes from the same developer from Persona, which is Atlus. And this game is basically also another JRPG turn-based, but also have a little bit mixed aspect with action stuff. And in here, have similarity with the Shin Megami Tensei, where you can explore the world and also have to do interaction with the mixed like Persona stuff. So this is still pretty much one of the game that I say quite unique JRPG that literally brand new. It's not like sequel like Persona or Final Fantasy like that, and worth I think to pay attention. The release date about Metaphor they haven't specified, but they only say is fall 2024. With the available platform is basically everything including PC except Nintendo Switch. The next game, I'm not really sure this is anime games or not, but this is made by Korean developer So it depends on you what you want to classify, but I just include this game is called Stellar Blade. So Stellar Blade is stylish action games, so similar like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta style of type of game where you just do the stylish combo. This game is actually also looks actually very similar in those terms, but of course it has its own uniqueness. So if you like maybe this type of game, then maybe you like this game. The release date of this game is still unknown, but they say the rumor it will come on 2024, and the available platform, as far as I know, it's only exclusive on PS5. The last game before we move into gacha games, which is Aikode. Aikode is basically a game that solo developed, if I'm not wrong. So this is basically indie game, but the game is basically if you like action RPG stylish something like that, then you might like this. So similar like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. Even though I think this is indie game, but still worth to mention because from the trailer of what I see, it looks actually pretty promising. This game is nothing much about the release date, and also the only platform that they confirmed is PC. And let's move into upcoming gacha game. I will start first with the game that I'm not really sure if it's gacha or not, because they have gacha but only for cosmetics, which is Blue Protocol. Blue Protocol is basically MMORPG game that action anime style that already actually come out from Japan server, but from global is not coming yet. That's why I include in here, and it's expected to become around 2024. So if you're looking forward with the game that action adventure same like Genshin but more like multiplayer style like MMO, then you may like this game. But so far I heard about this game from Japan server, it's not really that good, at least lately that I heard it has so much negative feedback. So I hope for the global launch it has more positive feedback or they make something better. The next game is One Punch Man World. This is basically take the inspiration from the anime and manga from One Punch Man. So this game is basically One Punch Man but in the open world type of game. So similar like like Genshin Tower Fantasy style like that. So if you fans probably One Punch Man and want to play like in the open world situation, you may like. This game will release on January 31, 2024 and it's available for the mobile phone and PC. The next game still based from anime and manga, which is the Seven Deadly Sins Origin. This game is basically same with One Punch Man World, which is another open world action RPG where you can explore in the Seven Deadly Sins theme, something like that. And maybe if you're interested in Seven Deadly Sins, then you maybe like this game. It's produced by Netmarble, so I'm not really sure about that. I heard also they have NFT, but maybe if you really like the Seven Deadly Sins, you may give a try this game. The game will release on 2024, but the release exact date it's still to be announced. For available platform, they haven't specified, they only say mobile phone, consoles, and PC. The next game is Solo Leveling Arise. This is based on the popular manhwa, the Solo Leveling. And this game is basically another action RPG games, no open world, just like action. And if you may be fans of solo leveling, you maybe like this game. Expected to be released on spring 2024, and the available platform is mobile phone and PC. The next games come from the popular franchise also, which is Persona 5 X. This is basically a Persona 5 games that's set to be for mobile phone and actually mostly for target like Chinese market. And this game is basically not sure like spin-off or continuation of Persona 5 games, but everything is quite the same, like the exploration, how the gameplay. It's just like everything is brand new character, and of course it's gacha. The release date about this game is still unknown. They haven't stated anything because it's still early beta, and also they haven't announced anything about to come into global or they will have the English language or not, but I'm quite pretty much sure that it has high likely to be released on the global, because Persona 5 is usually a very popular franchise and usually like to milk it, so it's high likely to be released. As for the available platform, they only say up to right now is for PC and mobile phone. The next game is probably also highly anticipated, especially person that really like Genshin, Tower Fantasy stuff, something like that, which is Project Mugen. So Project Mugen is another open world RPG anime style of game that have a little bit aspect of Spider-Man exploration. Somehow I see the animation, and it's more like sci-fi theme compared to like Genshin, like more into fantasy. And maybe if you like this type of game, then you may be interested with Project Mugen. This game haven't announced any release date, not even like beta. They only have pre-register, so don't expect it will come like very early on 2024. Expect at the fastest is late 2024 or even 2025 and above. However, they only confirmed that they will release on the platform which is PS5, PS4, PC, iOS, and Android. The next game is Duet Night Abyss. So this is another game that people quite hyped for a while before when they announced. But I'm not really sure this is open world or not. They only say that it's 3D combat fantasy adventure RPG. So not really sure, but it's supposed to be around like action RPG style of games. And then this game is not so much info. They only have the first trailer, not even beta. But it looks actually pretty promising for you to anticipate. As for release for this game, is basically still unknown. They haven't announced anything, not even beta. So just expect at the latest end of 2024 or even more than that. And the available platform they announced that is for mobile phone and PC. The next game is Unending Dawn. I'm not really sure if this game is gacha or not, but most likely it is because it's come from Chinese developer and looks like kind of type of gacha game. And this game is another action RPG games. Not really sure open world or not, but mostly they put pressure on kind of parry mechanic, something like that. So maybe if you like the game like this, then you can look forward for the Unending Dawn. But as for now, the info about this game is just very lag. There's no beta, there's no release date, there's no even platform that announced. So yeah, maybe just stay tuned maybe in the future. And now we will move into my top 3 gacha game that I quite anticipate. First is Zenless Zone Zero. So Zenless Zone Zero, I believe you're already familiar because it's from HoYoverse. HoYoverse right now is actually very famous. And this game is basically another action RPG games, but it's not like open world like Genshin. This is more kind of roguelike or stage by stage based. And this game in here that I like from Zenless Zone Zero is that the action itself, it has like parry mechanic that looks stylish. I usually like the stylish action RPG stuff like that. So I kinda looking forward with this type of games, barely pure because the gameplay. And the next game that I even more hyped, which is Arknights Endfield. So basically I really like the OG Arknights. The problem with the OG Arknight I didn't play anymore because it's mostly cheap. I like if it's kinda has 3D models, and finally they make it, Arknights Endfield. This game is basically quite highly anticipated because it's also strategy. I really like a strategy type of game, and also like it's finally 3D and it looks like kinda Xenoblade type of games, and I most likely will like it. And as I say it, ZZZ will release on 2024. They already announced, but the exact date we still not sure. For the platform is PC and mobile phone. The release date of Arknights Endfield, it's still not announced, so don't expect it will come like early 2024. They already have beta, so you just like probably expect at the fastest is late 2024 or even like both that. As for the platform that announced is PC, mobile phone, and the latest one is PS5. And the game that I highly anticipate for the anime gacha game for 2024 and above, which is Wuthering Waves. So Wuthering Waves is another like open world action RPG, so similar like Genshin, but this one the developer come from PGR, which is literally one of my favorite gacha game that I like it the most. And this game, if you're still confused what makes it actually so different than Genshin, is that I can help you explain because I'm familiar with both of these games. So first, Genshin is basically slow-paced action RPG games that mostly rely on elemental reaction, so it's not like stylish. But for Wuthering Waves, it's the opposite. It's fast-paced. You utilize mostly the stylish action pack, so you can utilize like a parry and other combos, something like that. So that's the main difference. So it's actually different target market. If you like fast-paced, you maybe like Wuthering Waves. If you like slow-paced, you maybe like Genshin. This game doesn't have any release date announcement, but they have like the same like registration with ZZZ, which is they usually state that it's usually will release between like a year. So most likely this game will release also around 2024 or even at the latest early 2025. And then for the available platform is PC and mobile phone. So that's everything about the upcoming games. Now we'll talk about the new regulation from CN that they say that they will make changes from this gacha game to reduce the spending, no more like kinda daily, something like that. Is it true or not? And I will help in here to clarify. So long story short, like in December 22nd, the China regulator come with the proposal or draft that they want to design a safeguard and promote healthy and prosperous development in online game industry. So some of these draft, like including like they want to ban or they want to restrict like this kind of like reward that give incentive to log in every day, like first time purchase of like accumulation reward, something like that. And even like for the game purchase itself, it's supposed to not have so much like gacha and have the direct purchase, so you don't need to gacha, you can like just purchase directly. So basically all in all, this is to minimize like the like unhealthy monetization type. But all in all, if you kind of worry about this kind of thing, is it bad or not, this is basically just positive actually. It's a good intention to limit like gacha being a crazy like predatory game. So from this news, a lot of people already have some crazy idea. They say like, oh, the gacha rate will become lower, they will give free more stuff, some people say they will remove gacha or lower PT, something like that. And I say in again, although all of them looks kind of positive and stuff, I want to clarify something. There's two major points that I want to highlight. First, these rules is mostly want to apply only in CN. So if the company from the CN right now decide to make a two different treatment from the CN and global, they can decide with global just run normally, everything just the same, and CN has a different treatment. So probably the difference is maybe only in login stuff, something like that. But the rates pretty much can back to the old monetization system, because again, this is mostly for CN. And the most important part in here that this is still proposal or draft. This is mean it's not finalized. This is not even a rules yet. Until it's finalized and it finally gets a rules. And right now it's still not a rules, and it can change very highly likely in the future. Because right now they still discuss, and I believe it will take process like until around 60 days. So that's the fastest we can hear around January, and we will get more updates. So my suggestion about this information, just keep expectation very low and don't expect too much, because we are a global player. And mostly this will affect from CN, and our effect probably just not that much. So my advice, just keep your expectation low. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I want to talk. I anticipate some of this game, and yeah, is there any game that you anticipate for 2024? Feel free to share. And if you like this kind of video, feel free to hit the button and like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.